EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for April 30th, 2024. It is the final day of the month of April, and the Tuesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by Mark Damiani Painting Incorporated. We're a little over a month into spring now, and it's getting milder, of course, and it's time to plan for the outdoors. Let Mark Damiani Painting get your house ready for the outdoor season. Whether your deck needs a pressure wash or staining, or those faded shutters or front door need a fresh coat of paint, they can help with that or any exterior painting work that you need this year. They are family owned and operated with over 40 years in business, so you can't go wrong with their exceptional attention to detail and great customer service. Servicing the Southeast PA counties of Montgomery, Bucks, and Chester, call them now to schedule a free estimate at the phone number above me here in the video, 484-571-9233. They are Mark Damiani Painting Incorporated, proud sponsors of the Tuesday video forecast. So today we're going to have another very warm day, not quite to the level we saw on Monday, where some areas actually saw 90-degree temperatures across places like Harrisburg, Lancaster, Reading, Philadelphia, all hit 90 officially. The rest of us are in the mid to upper 80s across the region, so a very, very warm summer-like afternoon. Yesterday, not quite that hot today. You see the spread above me, 67 to 84. And again, we talked about this yesterday with the backdoor cold front influence affecting mainly northern New Jersey and coastal portions of New Jersey, where it will limit those high temperatures. But in the interior, I do think we're going to get into the 80s again one more time. Okay, so here's a cold front moving toward the region. Will spark some scattered showers and thunderstorms, mainly across our northern areas for the most notably, but further south there will be a few showers and perhaps a rumble of thunder continuing, and that will go into the overnight, maybe a leftover shower early Wednesday morning. But other than that, we're going to have clouds giving way to sun here on Wednesday as that system finally pulls away the low pressure driving that cold front. Here is what we're looking at as far as temperatures today. And again, we talked about this the last couple days, but this backdoor cold front influence is going to be very notable across northern New Jersey. And that's why you see such a crazy spread in temperatures here above me, 67 to 84. And the highest temperatures that we're going to get today are actually going to be found probably down here in south central PA over to Philadelphia in these areas here. These areas right down in here is what we're looking at. And I didn't draw that very well. But this entire area down here is looking at generally low to mid 80s across the region. As we get a little bit further north across northern New Jersey and interior parts of northeast PA, maybe like Pike County, Wayne County, you cut this down here like this and go along the coastline here. Temperatures will be held in the upper 60s to near 70, maybe some low 70s the further west, closer to that line you get. But that's where that influence of that backdoor front will be. And I'm hearing a lot of people talking about this on social media mostly, and some comments that are left on our YouTube channel about the backdoor fronts or upper level lows, cut off upper level lows. These are normal occurrences this time of year. When you get to mid-spring, you have backdoor fronts. That's just what happens. It's this time of year. It's part of spring. It's what happens every single year. But people seem to forget this, and they think it's like, why is it so chilly here? And I'm in Newark, and it's only 67 degrees like we're expecting today. And areas not that far to the southwest, maybe by 75, 80 miles, are into the 80s. And this is not something that's abnormal, okay? This is a normal occurrence. This is not the only time this week we will be dealing with backdoor cold front influences either, okay? We also have cut off upper-level lows this time of year. We haven't had that yet, but that is a possibility going forward through the month of May, where you can have a couple days just ruined by clouds and cool temperatures and showers. But we haven't dealt with that so far this year, okay? But doesn't mean you can't have it. So these are normal things that happen in spring. Nothing abnormal about it. So let's get over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at mid-afternoon. This is 3 o'clock. And you can follow the timestamp in the upper right-hand corner as I move it forward. The most potent storms. Now, there's nothing at the time this video is recorded, which is, of course, late Monday evening when I record this. There's nothing at the time this is recorded up here from the Storm Prediction Center saying there's even a marginal risk. But if there is a marginal risk for severe weather, it would be up in these areas right in here, okay? And that's where the best forcing will be. As I move this forward a little bit further, you can see a pretty good little line getting going there. And it is possible you get some storms approaching severe levels with some gusty winds that could get to maybe 50 miles per hour. It won't be necessarily severe by definition, but we'll see. If there's an area that's going to happen, it's going to be right within that circles that I just circled right there. Okay, there will be some scattered thunderstorms further south from there, but just probably maybe some rumbles of thunder. Not really. For the further south you go, it's more showery than it is stormy, but certainly some thunder and lightning with these going across north central and then northeast PA as we get through the late afternoon and early evening hours. And then we're going to have an upper level trough swing through the region following this system overnight. So we'll be a few showers with this, just light showers, but showers nevertheless. And that might go into very early Wednesday morning in our southeastern areas. This is looking at 7 a.m. You can still see a little bit of shower activity here across parts of southeast PA into central New Jersey that's pressing off to the south and east and dying off as it does so. And that might actually last until about noon or so before it hits the coast and gets out of here. But once that moves past, and it's just for those areas for any showers early in the morning, once that exits, we will have clouds giving way to sun. It's not going to be full sun, but at least partial clearing throughout the day here on Wednesday. And then once we get past this, high pressure is going to move in for the end of the week. So we'll have a mostly sunny, partly mostly sunny day here on Thursday. Temperature is going to make a run either side of 80 degrees again. A very warm afternoon once again. After going down into the middle 70s or thereabouts tomorrow, you see above me 68. It's hard to be giving an approximation of what temperatures are going to be because, again, same thing. Northeastern areas, 68 degrees. You get down by Harrisburg, southwestern areas, it's 78. Okay, so that's your spread in temperatures. Philadelphia, same thing, close to 78. When you get close further northeast, where that backdoor front is across northern New Jersey, you'll have that influence of cooler temperatures. So, it's still not cold. It's 68, still, a mild afternoon, but not quite as warm as areas to your southwest. Mostly sunny skies here on Thursday, either side of 80 degrees, and then we'll be mid to upper 70s here on Friday. Both those days are expected to be dry at this point, partly cloudy here on Friday. The next cold front, this is going to be a little bit tricky, and I talked about this yesterday too. It's all about timing. If I move this forward to where and stop it here, you'll see a big high pressure that's in the Gulf of Maine. Whenever you have that, and especially one that's 1,029 millibars, you're going to have an onshore easterly flow here around this high. It's a marine flow, leads to cooler temperatures and a lot more in the way of cloud cover, even if it's not raining. But what this will also do is slow the advance. It's almost like a roadblock here this is running into with the high pressure sitting here. So this is going to slow this front as it comes eastward. Now, how much does it slow it up is the question. European model here slows it really far. See, it's barely moving. I just moved it almost over 12 hours there, and it's barely moving eastward. So this comes in Saturday night on the European model and exits early Sunday morning, and then the rest of the day is just mostly cloudy. Again, you still have that high pressure influence to the east, so you're going to have that marine flow, easterly flow to deal with here or the southeasterly flow in this case, here on Sunday. So not the best weekend, but it doesn't look like it's going to be an overwhelming amount of rain both days. Even this rain that does come through Saturday night on the European model into Sunday morning, it's not a lot of precipitation, and timing is still not decided on that. That's kind of like the middle ground between GFS, which keeps it raining most of the weekend. The Canadian model actually has us coming in on Monday. So, there's quite a spread yet, and this is something that timing is all going to come down to position and strength of this high pressure that's sitting up here. If it's a little bit stronger or slower to move out, it'll slow the front's advance. If it gets out quicker or it's weaker, that front can move through a lot quicker, and they'll change the timing around of when that does so. So we'll continue to follow this over the next couple of days and see what we're dealing with. But right now, it looks like it might be unsettled going into early next week too. Not a tremendous amount of stuff here, but just a unsettled type pattern going into, from this weekend going into early next week, where you could have some showers around, but not a washout on any particular day. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for April 30th, 2024. Have a great Tuesday.